Welcome, 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 welcome. Get in the back or get in the front. But since this is my first video, everybody line up in a straight line now. So welcome back to my channel where I make press-on nails and then we decide if I did really well, that means I nailed it, or if it needs some improvement, so I failed it. So nailed it or failed it, yeah. And yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. I'm just here picking a random color because I have no idea, and I literally just jumped into this. I just turned on my camera and just started recording, so I genuinely don't know what I'm going to be doing at this point. But yeah, so let's get into it. And why we do it? Because I'm a Reddit babe. I love Reddit. We're just gonna get into some good old Reddit story time. Okay, so I read. This guy says, "Am I the asshole for being huh? Am I the asshole for being not wanting to quit drinking occasionally while my wife was pregnant and now pumping? My wife has been giving me a hard time about drinking on occasion lately. It started when she was pregnant because a few of her friends' husbands stopped drinking when they were pregnant slash pumping. Apparently, that's a thing. He put that in brackets. She wants me to be going, huh? She wants me to be going through this with her. I'm just not understanding what the problem is. I used to drink whenever I wanted to, if that meant during the week, weekend, whatever. And she used to drink with me at the same time. Then she told me I can only drink on the weekends, and now she says only on social events, which is rare with a 3 month old. Am I missing something here? If I had a sickness and were unable to walk or something, I don't think I would try to restrict her from walking so that we would be going through this with me, in quotes. Or if I had a gluten allergy, I wouldn't tell her she couldn't enjoy a pizza whenever she wanted. Am I the asshole? Wait. I'm trying to understand something here. Wait, you're asking us if you're the asshole for not wanting to quit drinking because your wife is pregnant and pumping. Sir, you are the asshole, first of all. That's what I think. Now let's get into it. Your wife, you guys, both of you used to drink together. Both of you, I'm hoping, decided that you wanted a child, so both of you stopped drink. So wait, sorry. Let's go back. Both of you used to drink together. Both of you then decided you wanted a child. So in that case, she had to stop drinking. And she's saying, if we both made the decision to have this child and I can't drink, then you shouldn't be able to drink too. Or even if you're drinking, it should be in a social event. I don't see what's wrong with that. Do you get? Except, I don't know. Well, it's too late now. But like things like this, just like I just don't understand. You're the asshole because yes, like if it will make her more comfortable and make her feel less bad, if you stop drinking. And she's not even saying you should stop drinking. She's just saying that you should only drink like limited. Your drinking should be limited compared to how it was before the pregnancy. Because you know the thing, and this is something that you see a lot, especially when women have children for a man, or yeah, is that the woman's life changes drastically, but the man, what changes in his life, especially in this instance where if she's pregnant, oh sorry, she is pregnant, but when she's pregnant, like a lot of things change. Why 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 do you expect to live your life as if you're still a single man, basically, while she's literally carrying a child? She stops drinking, she eats more, she goes through so much stress with her body. Like, I'm sorry, but like when it comes to childbearing, men don't realize how easy they have it, especially the ones that choose not to be in the woman's life, or the ones where they're separated. They can literally just pop in and pop out. You could be a part-time child bearer. Are you even bearing the child? And like, do you get? And it's, I personally think, this is not even up for debate, sir. I think you're the asshole. Yeah, honestly. And somebody the let's read the comments. Someone said Define on occasion and tell us how much you drink. Yes, because like how much do you drink? Do you drink all the time? If you drink all the time, outside of this marriage, that is also very concerning. Because why? Is there a problem? Why are you drinking so much? That is first of all. And also I think you should be willing to it's literally 9 months. If she can do it, you can do it too. And it's not like after she's done having the child, she can the child is already 3 months. Oh, so that's even worse. She's not really for over a year she hasn't drank. No, you're the asshole. I'm not even deliberating too much on this to be honest. I'm like you can't convince me otherwise. Why can't you stop? Why? Okay, next person. Am I the asshole for refusing to have my wedding in my home country? I, 24M, moved to Canada 2 years ago from the UK. Oh, okay. I moved to Canada 2 years ago from the UK through a skilled worker visa using my degree, work experience, and the 17,000 Canadian dollars I saved. My family helped me save up the money by letting me stay at their house rent free. While I stayed at my parents', I was very open about my plan to emigrate to Canada. However, I did tell them that I might undergo a master's degree first before I move. But as time went on, I decided not to because I felt it would tie me down for a longer period. And when I told my parents this, they got very upset, particularly my mother. They said I lied to them about my intentions with the money and that I took advantage of them and their kindness. Over time, they accepted that I was leaving the UK and we moved on. I finally was able to move to Canada and found work. Why is he telling us all this long story? The bottom line is that you're in Canada. like, ugh. I finally was able to move to Canada and found work after a couple months as a GCMS scientist. I don't know what that is. Um, should I Google it? Let me Google it. G GCMS scientist. GC. What is that? Okay, it says here a GCMS is a gas chromatography and mass spectrometry. Huh, that's crazy. Gas chromatography mass spectrometry. Oh wow, that's crazy. Wow. Anyways, I finally was able to move to Canada and found work after a couple months as a GCMS scientist working for a pharmaceutical company in Toronto. It was here where I met Kevin. Huh? He met Kevin, who is 54 male, and he is 24 male. 24 plus 24 is 48. So this guy is double his age and more. Okay. Kevin is a security guard at work, and since I am an early riser, I more often than not am the first person through the doors in the morning, and I will talk to Kevin. And over time, we found common interests like photography, and we got on well. So well, in fact, that he invited me round for dinner to meet his family, where I met his daughter, 25, who is now my fiance. Oh, oh, oh my God. Okay. He met 54 Kevin, 54 male Kevin at work, and then he met his fiance, 25 female, with who is Kevin's daughter. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, let's not address what I thought. I don't want to say. My family weren't keen on the fact that I found someone in Canada, and my mother said, and I quote, "You should have stayed here and found a nice English girl to settle down with." This, along with my mother's attitude towards my fiance during a visit back home, so the family could meet her, really frayed our relationship. Once we got engaged, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this story is much longer than it should be. And before I continue, I just want to address the my nails currently on the screen. I started with the green nails, honestly, but it wasn't working out. Then I started adding white, but the white wasn't showing up at all. I don't know if you can see, but it's barely there. So I was like, you know what, let's add a bit of black. Now watch the disaster that happened here. It's was so disgusting. It was so irritating. Immediately I started adding the black. Everything turned to shambles. I was like, oh my god, what have I done? I tried fixing it. I tried. It didn't work out, and I ended up cleaning it. So, anyways, you'll see me clean it off soon. But I just wanted to put that in, and then continue the story. Where was I? Yeah, once we got engaged, I announced it, and my family seemed excited. During talks with my fiance, we decided to have the wedding in Canada for a number of reasons. Firstly, I don't have many people who I would like at the wedding besides close friends and family. So it's easier for 20 of my invitees to fly to Canada than 50 of my fiance's to, or 50 of my fiance's or invitees to fly to the UK. Okay, okay. Makes sense. Does that make sense? Do you guys get that? So it's easier for people to fly to Canada than it is for people to fly to UK because the fiance has more people in Canada and he has just like 20 people in the UK. So it's better 20 people come than 50 people fly to the UK, if that makes sense. So my fiance's family is also not well off, and even though we would be helping with the cost of flight and accommodation, it's also cheaper to fly my invitees over to Canada. I've offered to pay for my close family's flights, though my friends have said they will pay for their own. My family blew up after I told them about our decision. My mom said my stepdad wouldn't be able to go to Canada because he has a criminal record, which is true, but nothing violent. And after a visit to the Canadian embassy, he will be able to come over. And secondly, my little brother has a fear of flying, and my mom says he is refusing to fly. Whilst I understand why they are upset, I have offered to pay for flights and accommodation for them. And with my brother's fear of flying, doesn't everybody have that until they fly for the first time? My family now won't speak to me after I told them I'm putting my foot down on this. Am I the asshole? Okay, I personally think you're not the asshole. I think basically what is here, and I don't know why he said all this long story because the bottom line of it is he moved to Canada and now he lives in Canada and he has a fiance in Canada. So it only, like, aside from them like deciding where to have the wedding, it only makes sense for them to have the wedding in Canada because that is where he resides. That's his place of residence. Do you get what I mean? Like, and technically, like, there's not even technically like if they want to have their wedding there, and aside, like, you know what? My mind is jumping all over the place. Let me break it down a little bit. I think if you are getting married, you completely, and I say completely, that is the whole decision of where your wedding is completely depends on you, not family, not anyone. Whoever wants to come will make the effort to come, and that's just the truth. And if they don't want to come, they won't come. And even if they wanted to come and they couldn't come, then they didn't come. Do you get what I mean? Because the way I'm seeing it is, so what if they wanted a destination wedding? What if they didn't want it in UK or in Canada? What if they wanted their wedding in Hawaii? You know, what if they didn't want it? Like, that first of all, the uncle would have had to go to the embassy regardless. The younger brother would have had to fly regardless. I think it's just because they wanted to have the wedding in the UK, which is fine, but it's like, it's my wedding, you know, it's my wedding. We don't need to talk much. The bottom line of this is that it's my wedding, and that's it. The next one is, am I the asshole for telling her to get over herself? Man said, get over yourself. Okay, I got a dog 2 years ago called Corgi. Corgi. Is that Corgi or Corgi? Corgi? Or is it Sorgi? I've heard of Corgi. I don't know. Corgi. Let's just say Corgi. I got a dog 2 years ago, Corgi, and she is very much so my sidekick. I've been with my fiance for 5 years. My fiance does like the dog, but she's currently pregnant and experiencing massive migraines and has been snapping at everything. So every morning when I get up, I find my fiance already awake and at the table relaxing. As soon as I get out of the bed, my dog goes nuts. It's like super energy where she's running sideways, barking up a storm, jumping from the bed to the floor a million times, causing the apartment to shake because it's old, etc. And I will sit there and sing made up songs to her and just he said the F words, but I don't know if it's okay for me to say the F word yet. This is my first video. So I'll say made up songs to her and just like mess around with her. It is pretty noisy and I can be loud. It's just my way of interacting with my pets. I also have ADHD, so I'm fully aware that I can be ridiculously loud and sometimes I simply forget to tone it down. My fiance has complained about it a few times, and I will absolutely try to tone it down for a while. But as fucked up as it sounds, the second she stops complaining about it, it just becomes out of sight, out of mind, and I start doing it again. If I catch myself, I apologize immediately, but sometimes I don't even catch myself doing it. So she has been getting up earlier than normal because she says she needs peace and quiet away from you and the dog in quotes because she can't hear herself think when we get up and then she starts getting migraines and being overall pissed off. But now she's complaining that because I can sense her not in the bed anymore. So probably about 20 minutes after she leaves the bed, um, and her warmth is no longer there. I I I he's basically saying he wakes up and he's wide awake. And then the dog senses it, like the dog senses that he has woken up now and the dog goes nuts again. So she's now getting pissed because she thinks I'm purposely not letting her have space and purposely annoying her with my behaviors. I'm not, truly. It seems like it, I guess. I've tried just laying in bed for a while so she can relax, but I get stir crazy and I also don't feel like I should have to stay in bed so she can be alone when I live here too. But she flipped this morning. I felt her sneaking out of bed this morning at 5 a.m. and tiptoeing out of the room. I watched her sit at the table with her book. Well, the dog saw me awake and immediately goes ballistic, jumping on the bed, whining, barking, etc. She comes in and says, "Will you guys calm down so I can have time to myself for once?" I just side-eyed her because I'm getting pissed off at this point with her demands. She says, "Well, I'll tell her to get over." She says, "Well," and then I tell her to get over herself. Just because she's pregnant doesn't mean I have to change who I am or change how the household works or change my dynamic with my dog. She immediately left after telling me to go fuck myself and won't answer my calls. She's been gone for 6 hours. So he's asking us if it's the asshole. You know what? It's not you telling her to get over herself. It's not why she's upset. And that's not why you're the asshole for telling her to get over herself. You're the asshole because, like you said, she has been complaining for so long about something, but nothing has changed. You know what? Sidebar, this is one of the issues why, like, this is one of the things why this is one of the reasons why I find it absurd when men say that women nag. Because how? How do we nag? We're not nagging, you're just not listening. Because if you were listening, we won't have to say it multiple times, which turns into nagging. If I tell you, "Oh, please, can you pick this up?" And I tell you this 10 times and you don't listen to me 10 times, and I keep on saying it 10 times and you say I'm nagging. No, you're just deaf. That's it. I'm not nagging, you're deaf. So I keep telling you as if you don't have ears. So I guess it kind of makes it my fault because you clearly don't have ears and I'm still talking to you about something that your ears cannot pick up. That's just what it is because she has said it multiple times. Like there's so many things to address in this story. It's actually quite upsetting that this woman is pregnant and she's going through this thing. I am not pregnant. I've never been pregnant that I know of. No, no, no. I've never been pregnant. But the thing is, I know that, like, even as I am now, there are times that I genuinely just want my own peace and quiet. Like, even with my friends, I just be telling them, you know what? I need my time. I need my energy replenishing time. Can you imagine somebody like you, anybody, imagine somebody, especially a pregnant woman, waking up by 5 a.m. in the morning? in the morning so that she can have peace and quiet from her fiance and her dog. Honestly, at this point, he's your enemy. He is your enemy because he doesn't, you know what they say, I don't want you to have peace. You know, that is, he's your enemy. He's your enemy of peace. He doesn't want you to have peace because if he wants you to have peace, when he wakes up, the first thing he needs to do is take that dog out so the dog doesn't disturb you. But no, he's there. He knows the house is old. He knows that the sound carries around the house and he's there singing. You're singing and the dog is jumping up and down as if he's on trampoline. And you there too, you're singing. If you care about this woman, you will take the dog out first thing immediately she wakes up. The dynamic will be okay when you're waking up, let me know. I'll take the dog out for a walk. No, you're there singing hymns and rhymes to this dog that doesn't even understand what you're saying. Because I'm looking at it from the angle of like just generally, even if you had a dog or not, she should still be entitled to space and peace, you know. And if the dog is what is causing the lack of space and peace, me personally, I just feel like maybe the dog should go. What what do you think about the dog going? Because let's use the calculator. He got this dog 2 years ago. They've been together for 5 years, meaning that 3 years into their relationship, he got this dog. And he keeps on referring to the dog as his dog. He keeps on saying, my dog, my dog. So, did your girlfriend, or I don't know if she was your fiance at the time or your girlfriend, but did she approve of this dog? Like, was she like, oh yeah, I'm excited for the dog? Because he says she does like the dog, but the dog is his sidekick, meaning that it's his dog more than her dog, and that's why. Because if anything, if just from what I've heard about people that have dogs, a lot of the time their dogs are their peace. So I'm thinking, even okay, no, not exactly a piece, but like their dog, they use for comfort. If they're sitting down in a quiet place, they might just want to stroke the dog's fur and things like that. But if the dog is the one causing this woman havoc within her mind, and it's seeming like she never wanted this dog, or she's not as huge of a fan as this man is to the dog. So there is that. Like, and also I just feel like it's there's just a bit of disrespect that comes here, like comes in that is involved here, because like you genuinely are saying, oh, like you start doing it, like you start making noise afterwards, like after she said it, because it skips your mind. It doesn't skip your mind because you know you're noisy. Why don't you go out? And he even said it because somebody asked in the comment section just now that, like, why can't she just go outside and smoke or something, not smoke, or I think she would like go outside to read her book or something. And he was like, before, because this happens a lot, so she usually goes outside to read her book and to just have a peace. But because it's winter now and it's really cold outside, that's why she has been staying inside. And even sometimes and even what happened that she got sick, because he was saying in the comment section that she got sick because even when it was still winter and really cold outside, she still used to go outside for a piece. But then because it got cold and she got sick, that's why she's been staying indoors. And he also said that sometimes he goes outside. She goes outside for a business, but sometimes he wants to smoke, so he goes outside to smoke. And because of his outside, the dog comes outside, and the dog and him are now disturbing. Oh my God, what kind of human being is this? This man is so selfish. You're so selfish. To be honest, I think I've said enough. Bottom line is that this man is the asshole, and that is that. So as you can see from the screen, the nails are coming out pretty well. Honestly, left to me, I think this is like in the middle. I don't think this nail was a fail, and I don't think I nailed it perfectly. I'm just trying to do some finishing touches, as you can see here. One of the gems fell off. Um, yeah, I don't know how I feel about it because I have silver gems on it, but then I have gold shimmer on it, which, to be honest, like I don't see how that makes so much sense. This is the final outcome of the nail, and I think they look absolutely lovely, absolutely stunning. But I think I would have changed the gold to like a silver shimmer. But overall, I think the nails are pretty amazing. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you think of my nails. Bye.